The current state of the airline industry is the result of mergers, acquisitions, and consolidations of airlines throughout history. In essence, mergers occur when two separate organizations combine resources to create a new one. On the other hand, acquisitions are a product of a company taking over the other. Although different in nature, the similarities between the two aforementioned factors resides with the fact that shareholder value is increased as a result of larger market share being present. This is evident with the recent acquisition of Lauda by Ryanair. Ryanair was able to expand its fleet size with Laudamotion's existing fleet, thus expanding its resources to enable a greater capacity to address consumer demands and achieving a greater allocative efficiency. However, there are a multitude of challenges mergers and acquisition specialists may face when carrying out the crucial task. In this video, I will be comparing and contrasting strategies utilized by Ryanair in an effort to merge and or acquire other parties, as well as discussing the implications and limitations of doing so. Furthermore, where challenges are present, an attempt will be made to address the issue with personal recommendations. First and foremost, after decades of operating individually, the CEO of Ryanair, Michael Leary, has since adopted the International Airlines Group business model strategy as it transforms the organization into Ryanair Parents Holding Company, with a multitude of subsidiaries under its discretion. According to Kappa, these subsidiaries, including Laudamotion, Malta Air, and Ryanair, each have their own CEO that reports to Michael Leary himself, all the while adopting Ryanair's low-cost strategy in their own respective region of operations. Each of these aforementioned Ryanair Parent Holding Company mergers and acquisitions cannot be generalized to a common objective, as they each have their own goals and shall be analyzed on a case-by-case basis. With reference to Laudamotion, after the collapse of Air Berlin, Niki Lauda retained its merged assets with the airline. On the surface, it may look like Ryanair is assisting a competing airline. However, delving deeper into the rabbit hole, one can notice that this acquisition accommodates both Michael Leary and Niki Lauda's objectives. During the consolidation period, Ryanair Parents Holding Company was the biggest airline group in Europe, only challenged by Lufthansa Group, which had and still retains the largest market share in Germany. Ryanair utilizes the 737 aircraft type due to its cost effectiveness in purchasing and standardizations alluding to factors such as type ratings. Niki had about 30 aircraft in its fleet, of which 15 were A321, which exceeded the passenger load factor of the 737 type. This alone would suffice as an incentive for the acquisition, as in the case of purchasing brand new aircrafts, the upright cost or the queue against other companies and manufacturing wait time could make or break an airline. Lufthansa was able to acquire the bulk of Air Berlin's fleet, allocating the newfound assets to the subsidiary low-cost carrier Eurowings to furthermore compete against Ryanair in the European region. Niki, being a part of Air Berlin, historically competed against Lufthansa Group's sphere of operations as it focused primarily on leisure travel in and around the Germanic regions dominated by Lufthansa. With the consolidation of Laudamotion, Niki is able to utilize newfound capital from Ryanair Parents Holding Company's investments to grow and gain market share. Niki Lauda is known to have an agenda against monopolies, of which the Lufthansa Group entails with regards to the German market. In the case of the acquisition of Ryanair Buzz, a similarity of strategic incentive with respect to the joint venture with Malta Air can be drawn, alluding to the Open Skies Agreement challenge the company faced. Ryanair Buzz was established in Poland so that the airline could fly travelers from Poland to countries such as Egypt, which adopt a protectionism practice for their own industry, and does not have an Open Skies Agreement with the EU, instead relying on bilateral agreements. The same can be said for their strategy in Malta. Furthermore, hiding their brand is also a strategic contributing factor to the acquisition, as Ryanair has faced challenges constantly being under media and public scrutiny for countless scandals and complaints, with Ryanair ultimately being voted as the worst airline for 6 consecutive years according to a survey done in 2019. The corporation went a step further with Laudamotion and Malta Air choosing to keep the company's original logos and colors rather than rebranding them to the recognizable blue and yellow used by Ryanair. Furthermore, Malta is recognized as a tax haven, and Ryanair may immediately begin relocating planes, workers, and several other aspects of the firm there. This graph evidently illustrates the aforementioned theory of costs in relation to company size. As quantity 1 shifts right horizontally to quantity 2, output is increased. Simultaneously, price 1 shifts vertically down to price 2, lowering the average cost, ceteris paribus. The immediate effect of mergers and acquisitions is the theory of economies of scale. In this context, airlines offer a service, and the larger the airline is, the ability to lower the cost for airfares increases. Additionally, competitors will be compelled to lower the cost of their respective fares in an effort to remain competitive to retain its market share. Thus, consumers are able to benefit from this with an increase in a variety of affordable options at lower prices. Furthermore, the capital saved may be used to address other areas of inefficiencies, such as quality and quantity of service. In the case of Ryanair, quality is not of the essence, as it is a low-cost carrier. Instead, quantity is the determining factor of profitability with respect to frequency of flights. As for full-service network carriers, like British Airways, Cathay Pacific, or Emirates, the product of quality is universally agreed upon to be one of the leading factors of profitability. Therefore, resources can be better allocated for this matter. However, it's important to know that this would only be prevalent in an oligopolistic market structure, such as in the United States. If in a monopoly with the likes of Lufthansa Group in Germany, there will be no incentive to lower the prices or innovate, as competitors are not abundantly present. Thus, the airline may simply gain more revenue without consumers benefiting off this.
Thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.